What's up, peeps and players? I'm sure you've all heard about how strong Poison Pathfinder Explody Totem is. In my case, I've decided to go in a different path, different direction. I'd like to showcase my Ignite Explody Totem Elementalist. I will be first showcasing my gear and what I mainly focus on the stats, then my gem links and my passive tree path. To make this build work and to have big ignite damage, we mainly focus on the keynote Totem Explode on death, dealing 300 of their life as physical damage. In our case, we are making use of two scepters instead of a bow, even though the bow provides a 25% reduced life to our totems rather than dual wielding two weapons, which will reduce our totems by 30%. The upside to this choice is the ability to stack as much physical as extra cold, fire, lightning, elemental, and chaos damage, which can be all converted from the Elementalist Shaper of Flames keystone. Now for the gear for my weapons, we want to mainly focus on the physical damage as extra, meaning as you can see here we have 18% of physical damage as extra fire damage, 19 as lightning damage, 5% of the elemental damage dealt as extra chaos, and 13% of physical damage as extra damage of a random element. As for my second weapon, we have pretty much the same thing. I wasn't lucky enough to get the extras fire, but in exchange we could uh, craft the three modifiers and add in fire damage over time multiplier, and some gain 4% of not chaos damage as extra chaos damage, which is also good. The spell damage, I'm not sure if it works with the explosion, but it's there for the time being. As for my amulet, also the same thing. I'm trying to stack up some physical damage as extra, so I anointed the first shaper, which provides us a 10% physical damage as extra chaos damage, and have the elder uh, explicits here that provides us 14% physical damage as extra fire damage and 3% of non-chaos damage as extra chaos damage. Those are the low rolls. We could get higher than that, of course. We have this ring over here, Ming's Heart, which provides us 60% of physical damage as extra chaos damage. In my case, it's 72 since I use Catalyst to increase it. For the helmet, we have some mana reservation, both using the essences and the Eat of Words uh, implicits. We also have some suppressed spells just to mitigate some damage. Same thing for our gloves, some spell suppressions, some life, some resistances. I got some dex, which is really important in this build since we like this stat. We have some fire exposure on hit and some fire damage over time. For the boots, we got some physical damage as extra fire and cold. This boot is pretty bad. I don't have any movement speed or life or suppressed chance. Hopefully, I'll be able to upgrade my boots soon. This ring right here, we have elemental weakness on hit and some resistances and life. The elemental weakness is a big boost to our damages since we're dealing physical as extra of all elemental damage, not just fire. So it's better than the flammability curse. For the belt, some life, some resistances. Here I have some corrupted blow cannot be inflicted on you, some damage, some effect on lightning elements. For my chest, we have Skin of the Loyal, which provides us some gem levels and some global defenses. Hopefully, I will be able to upgrade this chest for the Skin of the Lords for more gem levels. We also are using Atziri Promise and Taste of Hate for some extra damage. Elemental damage has extra chaos and physical damage has extra chaos. Same thing here, physical damage as extra cold. As for our gem links, for the Devouring Totem, which is our main skill, we have some quality and high level, so level 21, with link to Enhance, which increases our totem's life, and on Power, which also increases our totem lives and levels. We have Phantasmal Decoy Totem, which is our strongest single target damage. So instead of dealing only 600% of the totem's life as physical damage, we are dealing with 704. We have life tap, so I could cast the spell using my life. I don't know if the life type effect works on the spell explosion damage, but for now I'm just using it for the quality of life. We have multiple totem support, which provides us a faster placement speed for our totems. For the weapons link, I have Hydrosphere, linked with Bone Shell and Combustion support, which provides us a fire resistance, minus fire resistance. So Hydrosphere provides us with some lightning and cold exposure, which also increases our damage dealt to enemies, since we're also doing cold and lightning damage to them. For my helmet, I have Malevolence linked to Divine Blessing, Inspiration, and we have Frostblink just as a movement skill. So Malevolence increases our fire damage by a lot, in addition to the Divine Blessing uh, effect. So when you're against a boss or a hard to kill mob, you just pop it off. You have 11, 12 seconds, and you deal insane amount of damage, ignite damage. For this weapon here, I have Molten Shell linked with cast 1 damage taken and Immortal Call, just for some mitigation. Here I have Petrified Blow, which I'm not using for now. Hopefully I'll be able to add it on the build as I try to make it better. I have Summer Flame Totem Eagle for more damage, Herald of Purity, and Ash, which provides us more physical damage as extra fire, and this one more physical damage. In overall, we have Hatred, provides us more cold damage and physical damage as extra cold damage. Discipline for defenses, as you can see here, I'll be showcasing my passive tree and why I have this here. And Light, just to fit everything in, and Determination for more defenses. For the Ascendancy, we have Elementalist, so we're taking the Shaper of Flames to inflict more ignite damage, and all our hits ignites, which is the main keystone that we need. We have Mastermind of Discord, with which inflicts an extra minus 25% to the exposure we apply. So all our cold, lightning, and fire exposure has an extra minus 25%. Increased damage over here as well. The gain convergence, which increases our elemental damage by 30% when hitting a unique enemy, also works with the totems, which is an increase to damage as well. Really good. We have here Shipper of Storms, which provides us some lightning uh, element, also an increase of damage. If you want to go more in the defensive side, you can just take the Bastion of Elements. Maybe if you're in hardcore. Right now in standards, I'm using this, which I don't really care about defenses that much. Then we're going up, we're taking the Mind Over Matter, which provides 40% of damage taken from mana before life, and we also have here the Eldritch Battery, which converts our ES as mana. This way we can more easily mitigate some damage without losing too much life, since our life is pretty low. Then we have some damage over time over here. We have the Holy Fire over here with the fire exposure you inflict applies an extra minus fire 5% fire resistance. We have some life over here plus 50, some reservation. Maybe you can take in the increased effect on you. You have some. I took this part, which is not really needed if you're only focusing on damage and not defenses. But in my case, I took the Green Nightmare, which provides the resistances, cold and elemental resistances as a suppress spell at 70% of their value. Since we have 12% here, and another 8% here. It provides us a good amount of suppression, plus the cold damage as extra chaos damage, which is also good for our build. Additional damage. And then we also take some life over here. The 15% extra maximum life if your body armor doesn't have any life modifier. Since we're using the skin of the loyal, that's an extra 50% of life. I'm using the lethal pride here to get some ignite. You inflict deal damage faster. Some physical damage is extra fire damage. Same over here. I got some strength here, which is also good. For this part, we're taking this mana node for some mana reservation efficiency. Then we're going down here, get some searing heat for some ignite to inflict deal damage 15% faster. No. Then we get some reservation and effect. We have the increased damage for each of your aura. So that's 14% increase effect since we have two heralds. Some life, some damage over here. Snow Forge, since we're dealing both fire and cold. That's like 50% increased damage plus the minus to 5 elemental resistances. Some suppression. I got a chance to suppress damages lucky since my suppression chance isn't capped. If I didn't take this, I'll most likely get the 10% increase effect on you. We got this as a anointment on our amulet. As for, we also got those herald nodes, increased effect and reservation. As for the cluster jewels, we're taking prismatic heart and sadist, which provides us pretty much all the effect over here since we're using hydrosphere for chilling. So it does have 50%, 20% from our totems since we're igniting, and 25% from the shape of functions we're using lightning elements. We're shocking them. Then we have brush with death, just to recover some life when mapping, and ignite to inflict also for mapping to clear faster. We have some jewels over here, some life, totem life, fire damage over time. For here we have Endbringer and Purposeful Harbinger, which increases uh, our aura's effect overall and damage. Same thing here. We have life, totem life, and fire damage over time. That's pretty much it. If you're only focusing on damage, you can remove all the nodes over here and get another cluster jewel here and follow the same thing here. You can remove this with something else. If you guys have any questions, you can let me know down the comments below. I'm going to put the POB on the description and my Twitch channel if you guys want to join and see how the build progresses. I also have a build idea that I'll most likely start soon, which hopefully will be really fun to make. And that's pretty much it for me. I might be streaming tomorrow. I'm pretty sick. I've been pretty sick those past few days. So hopefully tomorrow I'll feel better and can start streaming. So I hope you guys can join me. I'll be putting my Twitch channel on the description below as well. That's pretty much everything from me. I'll be seeing you guys. Peace out.